Red Edition, welcome, happy day. The United States of America would be the NRA that looks after the rights of gun owners, and basically all the citizenry in Canada would be the CSSA, and they do the same thing in Canada, and I want to share their Canadian story with you right now. October 19th is kind of the semi-tentative date, 2015, for the next election, federal election, and firearm owners now, they're just ticked right off, and will they actually vote Conservative? They do now because they have nowhere else to go, right? And they're now talking a lot about not voting at all, and there should be a fixed date for elections even, and that's another issue. But you know what, they're mad, they're angry, the firearms community, they're saying, hey, governments, your inaction, it's so obvious. There are millions of us. I mean, reports vary, stats vary, numbers vary, they're all over the place, but licensed gun owners in Canada are 2 million, that's a fact, and where is it beyond that, because there's so many people that don't have licenses. It's estimated there's actually 10 million gun owners in Canada that own upwards to 15 million firearms. Pick your own number, but in any event, it is millions and millions of people, and the government is saying, hey, you may be the largest minority ever, we're just going to keep ignoring you. And they probably shouldn't do that much longer, because the gun owners at election time, they're a major force, and they're ticked. They're not going to do this anymore. High River, that's where, for Americans, in case you didn't know, you got to go on Google and look for it. They kicked down $2,000, they being the RCMP. There was a flood, homes were evacuated, and they said, we're going to go get the guns from the good guys. All the guys that don't commit crimes, we're going to go now, and we're going to be criminals. They kicked the doors down, wreck their houses, and take their guns, and they did that. Bill C-68 has become adopted policy now with the current federal government, although the Firearms Act, you know, it was a ludicrous gun control measure brought in by the Liberals back in the 90s, 1995 actually, and now the government that promised to quash it, they've accepted it as being their own invention. They're saying, hey, it's okay. What are y'all worried about? They don't understand firearm owners or gun owners. And again, the NRA does such a good job of doing that in the U.S. They make and break politicians. CSSA has done that as well. Now they're getting bigger and stronger. And the government people, though, in Canada, they're not paying attention. I don't get it, because they said when they were running for election, to be elected, we'll tear it down, vote for us, and we'll do all these things. And the left-wing gun grabbers are still there under the banner now of conservative people. And again, it's just not very nice, and I hope it sorts itself out. Our past is fraught with problems, isn't it? Let me share this with you. Gun owners / conservatives are fiercely independent, freedom-loving people. This is at once our greatest weakness and our greatest strength. Also our greatest weakness, because our independence creates internal conflict, but it's our greatest strength because we stand upon powerful convictions of freedom and individual merit. This is a message that resonates with people about freedom, from the oppression of government and taxation, freedom to pursue our economic dreams, from the good government that's often we don't get but we do want, that encourages entrepreneurs and rewards individual initiative and rights. A lot of verbiage there, but hopefully you got the point. Now, in Canada, this is a lot of Canada stuff today, but it resonates or relates so strongly to the American system because it's pretty much the same. And if you're in the States watching our show, anything I say in Canada, if I say that they drink 10 bottles of beer an hour, you can multiply by 10. That means you drink 100. But basically, it's 10 times, okay? Now, the 30th anniversary in Canada is now. It's upon them. It's about the sexual assault laws, and they ditched the word rape. They said, we're not going to call it rape anymore. Again, it was a Liberal administration. We're going to call it a sex crime. And now you don't know. It's kind of like mental health. You no longer know what affliction someone has, and it becomes complicated, right? And so women now go into the police station, and many of them, of course, don't. But most of them don't report. 90% of all rapes, for instance, are not reported as rapes, but it's a crime. It's a violent crime, not like any other. It's an assault on trust, on privacy, on control. And there's a rape in Canada, reported rape. And keep in mind, 90% of all rapes are not reported. There's a reported rape in Canada every 17 minutes. Every 17 minutes. You got all these perverts out there walking around doing it, and the women aren't allowed to be armed. NRA, CSSA, are we all paying attention now? I mean, I don't want to see a woman in a parkade at midnight and say, hi, ma'am, and have her shoot me, but I want her to take the course then, right? Learn how and have the right. You don't want a gun, don't get a gun. Every time I hear gun talk from people who say, I don't like guns, I say, don't buy one. Pretty simple. You know, less than half of all of the complaints made to police result, though, in criminal charges. Maybe the other half should be shot in the act. I'm just saying. You know, the word rape, I mean, the culture of it, everything has been changed. I mean, the social baggage, now there's 3 levels of sexual assault, and I gotta say, the thing just, it's wild when you think about it, and men don't like it, and women, they're taking it I don't know, almost as the normal thing that's going on. Women, pay attention. NRA has done that for you in the States. Women, pay attention to the CSSA in Canada. Have a right to defend yourself. That's kind of an important thing. Now let me end today on something lighter. Ready for light? Here it comes. Little Larry, gotta like him. His kindergarten class was on a field trip to their local police station. This kind of ties in semi at least, where they saw pictures tacked on a bulletin board of the 10 most wanted criminals in the whole nation. One of the youngsters pointed to a picture and asked if that really was the photo of that wanted person. Yes, said the policeman, the detectives want very badly to capture him. Larry thought for a minute, and he looked up at the policeman and he says, "Why didn't you keep him when you took his picture?" Y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you. From the right. See ya.